Hello, class. Good morning and welcome to Swimming 101 with Kyle, Zach, and I. We're excited for you guys to be here, and we'd like to thank you guys for coming out to our lesson. We hope you guys enjoy your time with us, because for the next 4 class periods, you're going to be in our hands. And since you're going to be in our hands, we ask 3 things of you. Number 1, come ready to learn. Number 2, come ready to have fun. Number 3, most importantly, as you can tell by the outfit I'm wearing, safety. Be very safe. We can't express that enough. So we'll go over safety guidelines in a moment, but for right now I would like to hand over the floor to Zach so we can go over our pre-assessments that we handed out the other day.
Good morning, everyone. I just want to take time to say thank you for filling out those pre-assessments. We appreciate it. Because of that, we were able to build a few lesson plans and organize our thoughts and structure the class accordingly. So it was nice to see that everyone here feels at least moderately comfortable in the water for the most part. There's a couple people that had some fears, and Caitlin, you look a little nervous, no. So we really appreciate you guys taking the time out to do that. There were a couple things mentioned, a few objectives. Main thing that we got was that you guys were really looking to expand upon your technique. So we took that into consideration. You'll find today's a very technical breakdown, pretty basic day. So we appreciate your patience with that, and just recognizing that that's going to be a foundation. In addition, there was some thoughts about trying to incorporate the diving board, and so we're going to take that into consideration, see if we can do something fun maybe on the last day. And mention of wanting to learn the butterfly as well. Time allotted, if we're able to do that, we'll try and put that together, but that's more of an intermediate stroke. So, but we do appreciate the comments and wanted to say thank you so much for taking the time to fill that out. So next, as Jake mentioned, we want to get into the safety guidelines and regulations up here. One that's not mentioned that's important is there's no eating or chewing gum while you're in here. There's no Band-Aids as well, so if you have any cuts or you have a Band-Aid on, let us know. We'll have to come up with some sort of Westmont approved bandage for the water. And you'll find for the first one, there's no running, pushing, or roughhousing on the deck or in the pool area. Can't stress that enough. I mean, just recognize, we are teaching a class, and we guys be respectful to each other.
And number 2, as you can see, no diving in the shallow end of the pool, which is pretty obvious. And we're going to teach you later on how to get in and how to get out of the pool.
Third, the lifeguard is always to be notified immediately in case of any accident. We have a lifeguard standing right over there. If you guys are uncomfortable or cut yourself or do something crazy, let us know with the lifeguard.
And number 4, all persons prohibited from entering the pool without a lifeguard on duty. Luckily, we have a lifeguard. Thank God he's here.
Good shape. Number 5, no one person on the diving board. No one person on the diving board at a time. You guys don't have to worry about that too much, because like I said, we're going to just be staying away from the diving board, so if we're swimming off, first to be honest. Stay close, and if we can get to the diving board again, we will, but just try and stay away from the diving board.
And also, as you mentioned, no gum earlier. So for number 6, no food. Gum falls under that. For glass items would be allowed in the pool area. So no drinks. We're going to be here for 50 minutes, and we can all go eat afterwards.
Right. No animals. You don't have to worry about that too much in the pool area, locker rooms.
Number 8, furniture should be taken out and put away by the patrons. Well, we're going to be using these boards here later on. And don't worry about that, we will put those away.
Yeah, as well as the chairs, so you guys will be in good shape, but we appreciate you just being conscious of that. And the last one isn't mentioned, but it's more of a safety precautionary measure. That's just mentioning, going along the lines of what Professor Moore said earlier, a couple class periods ago, just recognizing that we are going to be your teachers for the next 4 class periods or so. So if you could, definitely treat us with the respect and that you would for Professor Moore, and just recognize that even though we are your peers, you're welcome to call us on a first name basis. There's no Professor Spauer or anything like that yet. You guys just, call me Zach, Kyle, Jake, but just recognize we are your teachers and try and give us some respect. It'll prevent some disciplinary issues as well as some safety problems.
And also be aware, there's going to be plenty of distractions out here. When we get in the pool, the drain makes a lot of noise, so we'll do our best to keep our voice up. And just as that happened, there's another class here with us as well, sharing the pool. So we're going to need you guys' undivided attention. There's going to be people walking by, seeing what's going on. So we just want all the attention up here on us.
All right, so you pass those out on this side. I'm going to be going over the class objectives. So in the first part of any class, it's syllabus time, you know, but we're actually going to have to go through this whole thing because swimming is very technical. We're going to be teaching mostly in the command style, like in Boston. You have to go by the guidelines, and as we've been saying, safety is first. So we're going to have to listen carefully to what I'm saying. We're going to have to go through to make sure you guys understand exactly what's expected of you. So I'm just going to start at the top here on the syllabus. Please be prepared for class when you come. Shower in the mornings before you come, just to be clean for the pool, either at home or here. There's showers, just come. Bring swimsuits, goggles if you need them. We only have a couple to offer, and the other class might be using them as well. Bring the towel and clothes for after changing. You don't want to be going wet to all your classes. And as Jake was just saying, please just be ready to learn and come with a just like real good attention span, because a lot of people will be walking around. So just please give your attention, because it comes down to safety. Don't want any of you guys getting hurt, and we want you guys learning best of your ability, just get the techniques down, everything that we're trying to teach you guys. I'm going to go over the objectives for the class. The content objectives is to reproduce swimming techniques presented with accuracy for maximum performances. These will include, but are not limited to, gliding, treading, floating, freestyle, backstroke, breaststroke, and rhythmic breathing. So with this, we're going to be teaching the command style. Swimming is very technique oriented, so there is actual structure and a certain way to do things. So there's not really a lot of free range for, all right, actually I'm going to do the front stroke this way, I'm going to do the backstroke this way. There's certain guidelines, certain parameters that you have to be doing it by, and we're going to be helping adjust you to those ways, trying to help you be more efficient in your strokes. The second one is to achieve immediate results during the class periods by trying to replicate the proper form. So it's going to be exercise by exercise. You're going to be trying to make corrections, and we'll be giving you feedback to try to help you make your strokes more efficient. And the third one is to continue to refine the skills presented with more practice time. We'll allow practice time each class for what we went over in the class before, to kind of refresh your memory, go over certain pointers, certain stuff that we went over in the previous class. And for your behavior objectives, as they have already touched on a little bit, in the command style, a lot of it's trying to conform to the techniques of the movements. To learn to follow directions on cue from the instructor. A lot of it's going to be, water's fun, like we all like to be in it, but don't begin into splash fights and everything. Try to listen intently to the cues like we're giving you. Very specifics. If we're teaching you to do with your hands, maybe just trying to really concentrate on that while we're teaching that, really breaking it down. To develop a routine and understanding of the techniques. So try to get into a routine. We're going to break it down into parts at first, and then the routine of trying to piece it all together. To understand the safety procedures, which we've gone over, just be safe, always be conscious, and to listen intently, which is probably what we said like 10 times already this morning, is to pay attention and to try to, just for safety and to try to get the technique down. And then at the bottom here, we just have a basic course outline of what we're going to be covering, just so you guys know what you have ahead of you. And as I put on here, it's subject to change, just based on time. We might move some stuff to the next day, make some adjustments, but that's just basically so you guys can see what's ahead of you and what you can expect. All right, and I'm going to hand over to Jake for my assignments.
All right. So right now, we're going to need you guys to stand up and make a line right here, about 10 feet back from the pool. But we're going to need you pool ready. So go ahead.
Whatever you guys need to do. There's launchers behind you here if you guys want to place your towels on those, and flip-flops and all your gear. We'll try to not keep you out of the water too long without towels and stuff. Alright, so we're just going to have you line up straight across.
This is our lifeguard, Micah, by the way.
Micah.
Yeah. Hello. Alright, so what we're going to do is go over the lane assignments. Right here, just remember this is lane 1, lane 2, lane 3, and 4 on the outside. We're going to assign you guys the lanes based on your pre-assessment. So when I call your name, go ahead and just line up right behind your lane. Lane 1, Jacqueline, Blake, and Rachel. Lane 2, Cody, Mary Kate, and Kylie. Lane 3 right over here is Scott, Andrea, and Megan. And lane 4 is the remainder Dad, Caitlin, and Anna. So what we're going to go through right now is how to basically enter the pool and exit the pool. So for one, do the ladder, basic, both hands on the rail, step down, find the first step, do next foot, on the next step, and finally you'll find the pool. And Kyle will show you how to get in the base of the shallow end.
Alright, so what we're going to be doing first of all is just coming down into a seat, put your feet in, feels good. Okay, so then we're going to be going hands at the side here, and what you're going to do from the start is just scoot out to the end. So your hips almost off the edge, you can almost drop your knees in. And it's not as far as drop as you think it's going to be once you start entering into the water. Put your weight into your hands, let your hips go off, and just lower yourself slowly with your arms. And then,
Then we're going to work on exiting the pool. If you don't feel comfortable leaving from the base of the shallow end, there's the ladders to each side, so pick the one closest to your lane. But pretty much, there could be multiple ways to do this. Kyle has one. Go ahead and show him.
right, so basically all you're going to be doing if you have enough upper body strength is when you push up, all you're going to do is push up with your hands, and then all you're going to do is just rotate with your hips into the seated position, and then from this position you can rotate out and go.
From the other one, you get a slight squat, athletic position, jump out, and rotate. This one is kind of advanced, but if you feel you can do it, go for it. There. So,
We're just getting
right now,
advanced stuff here.
we're going to practice getting in and getting out. So first,
So we're going to do one at a time in each lane. So first person, just step up, and all we're going to be doing is just come down to the seat position, and then just like I pointed out, straight into the hole. So whoever wants to step up and be brave first.
Come on, man, Kate. Do it. I thought you were going to dive in.
Yep.
There you go.
Show me how to get out.
All right.
And then you can go ahead and get down.
good.
Just going to go one at a time right now.
One at a time, one for each lane.
Oh, got it. Athletic. There you go.
Nice.
Good job.
Good job.
Next rotation.
We'll get you back in quick. Don't worry. Nice. Blake, that's very safe. All right, now one at a time, we're going to be getting back into the pool so you guys can all get in here and get warm. So go ahead and jump back in. Not literally,
jump in?
Jump back in.
Enter the way they taught you.
Make room for the next person to get in as well.
If we can stay close to the edge right now,
Yeah, this is
stay in your boot close to the side. All right, Zach's going to be explaining what we're doing. Just get used to the water.
All right, so right now we want you guys just to get comfortable. I mean, we know you're probably anxious to get moving around. It looks like a few of you are shivering. So we're going to get you warmed up. The best thing to do is organize yourselves on the right side here. You'll see the lanes are sort of divided by this black line that runs up the middle. We're going to have you walk down the right side and then come back on the left side. So, Jake, if you want to demonstrate that real quick, sort of what it's going to look like, and you guys are welcome to follow. But his arms, not quite yet, but his arms are going to be moving and just going to get warmed up. We're going to walk down the line, get to that black line down there, and then turn around and then come back opposite side.
Try to get up to your shoulders. It'll feel good once you're all the way in the water.
And then we're gonna have you go. So we're gonna have the first person. So it'll be Blake. You'll be like group one. Mary Kate, you'll be one. Megan, you'll be one. And McKinney, you'll be one. And then the following group. Once you guys get going, we'll call it like group one. You guys can start moving. The second person, just count off about 3 seconds or so. Give them